Hey y'all, as you can tell, today's video is about 10 ways to take care of yourself in 2023. So let's go ahead and roll that intro. Now that I have a little caffeine in me, let's talk about 10 ways to practice self-care in 2023. And I say in 2023, but to be honest, you could do this each and every year. Just a little bit about myself. My name is Meli'sa Denise. I'm a Southern gal from Louisiana, and this channel is all about positivity, family, self-care lifestyle, and I even help you find luxury items at affordable prices. But today, we already know what today is about. Self-care, okay? So I gathered 10 things that I think will work for anybody when they want to take care of themselves or want to improve just their life in general, because it's all about self-awareness. So, of course, that is number one. Self-awareness. So, to even know that you need to start a self-care journey, a self-love journey, you need to be self-aware, right? So you want to be true to yourself and acknowledge where things are not necessarily going how you want it to go and how you want to change that. So I would recommend writing down what you want to change, just like anyone writes down their resolutions. Same thing, write down your self-care practices that you want to try, or your, let's say, habits, because we want to not say a practice because we want to make it a habit, you know. So it's no different from your New Year's resolution or anything like that, like you really, or a vision board. You want to write it down. There have been years to where I didn't write down my New Year's resolution, and now I can't tell you what I wanted to do in 2017. If I probably think about it real hard, maybe, but it's not easily found. So I say, oh well, I wrote this down at this time because I want to do this. Like, it's not that easy. So I would recommend getting a journal, a book, something to start keeping record. I have a journal that I started in 2018. I still have it. It's the same journal. I've been doing my resolutions. I manifest in that book. I do a lot of things in that book, and it's not a big book, but I make sure I write down what I want for myself, professionally and personally, and I just make note of it, basically. And there's even a case where at one time in my life, I'm assuming 2018, I was saying never for a lot of things. Oh, you never did this. Oh, I can never do that. I can never, never, never. So what I did was I went through the book when I first got it, and I just wrote never on multiple pages. Different pages, not on every page. I just flipped it open, wrote never. Flip it open again, wrote never. Flip it open, wrote never. And as years went on, I've seen that word never. Like, ooh, like at this point, I can't stand that word because I see it so much in my book. And I have really reduced the amount of using never. Like, I'm not using never at times when it doesn't need to be used. So just that self-awareness can truly help you going forward in your self-love, self-care journey. So on to number 2, feed your mind. So if you're new to self-love, self-care, please educate yourself, because some people think it's all about massages, it's all about like the physical stuff, and people forget the mental, you know. Feed your mind, read a book, make a goal and say, hey, I want to read 5 books, 10 books this year, and write it down and say, hey, well, this is on my list. I want to read this for the summertime. I want to read this for the wintertime. I want to read this one for my job. You know, it's all about educating yourself and improving on yourself, because guess what? Now you are self-aware of what you want to do, and you have some type of idea of how you want to do it, but you can educate yourself more by reading. Now, I know the podcast culture is very big now. Me, myself, I still love a good spine, a good book. I like to actually open up the book, stretch open the book, and hear that spine just kind of expand. Like, I still love that feeling. But if you don't like books, there are definitely audible books, podcasts, whatever floats your boat. Feed your mind. Now we're going to move on to the third tip, which is lend a hand. I think it is so important to help out others. One, you're actually helping someone else that needs it. Two, it gives you a feeling that you did something good. It's really heartwarming. And I have not met anyone, never heard someone say, I helped this person that was in need and now I feel bad. I don't really hear that. I mean, you do it to help them and to make sure you feel good in your soul. I understand some people may not want to go volunteer because of health reasons, this, that, and other. I get that. But there are other ways to donate time and efforts to your community. In my community, we have a community fridge. So you buy groceries, you have something that you know that you probably bought that week. Then you say, you know what, I'm about to go make some new groceries. I'm not going to eat that this week. And it's not expired, nowhere near expired. Please do not donate expired things. And it's nowhere near expiring. Please go donate to a community fridge. We have one, I think we have two in our area, and that's something I have consistently done, because I did stop going to homeless shelters to volunteer my time. I'm not saying that I don't volunteer or I don't donate like socks, shirts, things that they need. It's just the time and health reasons, COVID, things like that. And I felt like the community fridge was not only beneficial for like me to think about my family's health, but to also show my little girl, like, hey, there's other people that don't have food and we have food. Let's make sure we share. Let's make sure we take care of our community. And I feel like now I feel like that has opened her eyes to a bigger world that she was living in, especially during COVID, because you're stuck in the house. So you don't really get to see it, right? And regardless, it was a tough year for a lot of people, and you just want to make sure you lend a hand. Okay. Now let's go on to tip number 4. Number 4 is organize your life. So thus far we have talked about self-awareness, we have talked about feed your mind, and we also talked about lend a hand. And you can schedule all of this in a planner, in your calendar. Just writing down what you want to do for the week. Now, granted, maybe organize your life. Maybe you already have a calendar. Maybe you already have a planner and you have things set already. Well, what about organizing your life in your kitchen or your closet or decluttering? Like, that is part of organizing your life. Or I will share my one of my resolutions is to finish decorating certain parts of my house, like my patio. We pour slab. We pour concrete to make our back patio area bigger, but we have not made it pretty. And that has been on my list for 2023, and I have yet to do it. So many other things. I put so many other things ahead of it, and now it's about to, well, it's still winter time, but we're getting closer to, spring, and it still doesn't look like how I want it. So that's something I want to do very early in the year, to organize my life, to make things pretty. I definitely need to declutter my closet because I have so many clothes, and I don't want to sell my clothes, and that might sound crazy to some, but I rather just donate to the Goodwill. that's just me. Or I definitely don't want to sell or just trash my clothes. I definitely just want to donate to the Salvation Army, to the Goodwill, because there are people that still need items, like clothing items, that are in still good condition, you know. So that's something I plan on doing. So make sure you do that for yourself as well. Number 5. And number 5 is set a time when you have no screens. And I know that is so difficult for some. For me in particular, because I work a 9 to 5. I do YouTube. I have a eyewear business. And so I'm always looking at a screen. Then you have your phone when you want to do like extracurricular, like stuff like social media. And of course social media can also go for your businesses. So you're always looking at a screen. So I usually have a timer from 10 to 7 where it's like on do not disturb on my phone. Like I don't hear any phone calls or anything like that from 10 to 7 unless you're calling back to back and it's an emergency. I do have some people listed as, you know, they get straight through. But even then, I'm still picking up my phone during my do not disturb. So I would highly recommend, and I need to listen to myself, to when it's on that do not disturb, you don't disturb your phone either. Put the phone down. Put the tablet down. Close the laptop. Put the camera down. Whatever you're doing, just have no screen time. And it doesn't have to be every day. It could be once a week. Something to where you're not looking at that screen. You are focusing on what is around you. You are being present. You are spending time with your loved ones. And that is what is more important than what's going everywhere else. Sometimes we focus about the world and what's going on. And yes, I'm not saying it's not important. However, what's important is your loved ones that's right in front of you as well. So take care of them. Love on them. Okay? So number 5, which is no screen time, kind of rolls into number 6, which is spend time outdoors. So I'm not going to lie to you. I do this when I go outside. I'm on my phone instead of actually enjoying the outdoors. So as I mentioned, I want to organize my life by finishing my patio. Well, I would like to, in hindsight, which is self-care, in hindsight, I would like to finish my patio so I could take a book and sit down and read and not bring my phone. That's me spending time outdoors. That's me getting the sun, feeling the breeze, hearing the birds, all of that. Like, it is vital for you, for anyone, to spend some time outdoors. Like, the sun is good for you. And when I say spend time outdoors, that's even going for a walk. I've seen so many people as they're walking, they're looking at their phone versus just walking down the street and say, hey neighbor, and not look at your phone. Maybe have a new conversation. Maybe you meet a new neighbor, you know. But we're so consumed by the phone, you know, we're not actually being present in the time that we're spending outdoors. So yes, spend time outdoors, no distractions. Maybe that could be your meditation moment. You could do a little yoga, something. So that's a segue to number 7, becoming more active. So I already mentioned about walks and spending more time outdoors. Yes, walking is being active. Just remember not to be distracted by a phone while you're walking. Plus, it's your safety. Cars everywhere, unless you go to a park. Here nor there. Being more active. So active could be Pilates, walking, as I mentioned, yoga, exercising, anything. Me personally, I do want to be more active. That is one of the things I have for 2023 resolution, because I just gained a little weight that I didn't want to gain. And I'm pretty sure that's a lot of people, because a lot of people have a New Year resolution like, oh yes, I'm going to go on a diet. Well, if we stay active and not do like this big binge, like, oh, I'm going to the gym all January, maybe February, maybe, then you get burnt out. So gradual change to being active is very important as well. So that brings me to number 8. Number 8 is eat more healthy. And you probably say, well, eat more healthy, be more active. Where's the segue? Well, a lot of people say at the beginning of January, at January 1st, I am going to go to the gym, I'm going on a diet, blah, 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 blah. And it probably lasts a month, maybe 2. I even give some people 3 months. Really. But you're doing it so fast, you're not changing your lifestyle. You're just doing a quick change. And that quick change does not last for most people. It doesn't. Sorry, I'm saying it. It doesn't. So when I say, hey, I'm going to exercise, I'm not about to say I go from no exercising to 5 days a week. Because for the most part, it doesn't work. You need to gradually change your lifestyle and become more healthy. Right? So for me, I told myself I'm not doing a diet. Doing a diet doesn't help. But I will eat more healthy. So instead of going to McDonald's, which, let me don't lie, I don't really like McDonald's. I hate McDonald's. But my daughter and my husband likes McDonald's. So I found myself at McDonald's. But we're going to use McDonald's for an example. Instead of going to McDonald's, go to Subway. And not get a sandwich. You get a salad, a bowl, anything like that. You get a smoothie. I like smoothies. I like meal replacement smoothies. They help me feel full without all them empty carbs and things like that. So if you like smoothies and you like me, get a smoothie instead of going to McDonald's, Wendy's, or all them other places. And some of these places have more healthy selections. Like Burger King has the Impossible Whopper. Now, this is not me saying go try it, because honestly, y'all, I haven't tried it. I don't know what they serving y'all. Not to say it isn't or it is. But I'm just saying, make sure if you go to McDonald's, maybe not get a burger, get a wrap. Go to Wendy's, get a salad instead of chicken nuggets or burgers or whatever the case may be. Like, just making those small healthy choices really can make a difference. Drinking more water. And again, doing this gradually versus just saying, I'm about to start right here, right now. Nothing's going to stop me. You going to stop. You going to fall off the wagon. And some people, when they fall off their wagon, they don't get back on. So, make sure you do something that fits and that's realistic. Don't make these unrealistic goals, especially when it comes down to exercising and being healthy. Now we get to the fun stuff. So let's get on to number 9. Treating yourself. Treat yourself, sis. Treat yourself. Okay? Treat yourself. This is where the fun happens. And I don't know about y'all, but I love a good massage and facial. I love getting my hair done, nails done. I like doing solo dates. I like to have that time to myself. And that's me treating myself. Now, treat yourself could be anything you want to do. You say, hey, you like someone, I want to take 5 hours out of a week to just treat myself and so, or however the case may be. Whatever you're interested in, if you like to game, hey, I want to take 6 hours to game and just do my thing. Like, whatever it is for you, treat yourself. If you don't know what you like, your hobbies, this, that, and other, this is the time where we go back to number 2 tip, where it says, feed your mind. Educate yourself. Figure out what you like. This is the time where these tips come in line, because you are self-aware, you feed your mind, and now you have an idea of what you want to do now to take care of yourself. So whatever it may be, do it. Even if you do small little treatments, like sitting in the car for an extra 10 minutes when you get home before you walk in the house. Even doing that for work. Sit in the car for 5 or 10 minutes before you actually walk into the building. Like, those are little things that can also help you just treating yourself, especially if you have anxiety. Like, just kind of calm yourself down and then go, then react, then proceed. You know, like, just small things can really help. But I will say, massages are nice. That's something that I do for self-care. I usually do that. I try to do once a month, but it is now January and I haven't had a massage or been to the spa since November. So it's about that time, and I not only do massages for relaxation, I also do it for back pain. So like, I'm doing it, it's like a 2-in-1 for me. And whatever you can find that 2-in-1 for you, whatever benefits you find, treat yourself. So now we get to number 10. Number 10, travel somewhere new. Yes, I know times are hard. You may not have the money, this, that, and another. Totally understandable. I'm not saying travel out the country. I said somewhere new. Maybe there's a restaurant you want to go to that's 30 minutes away. Maybe it's a place you've been wanting to go, never been. Make sure you make it a priority to go. That is also traveling somewhere new. Me, myself, I love to travel. I like to experience new places and see new things, because the world is so big. And I will also do a video about that, and how to travel at affordable pricing. But that's a whole nother video. But it's time to take some time to have fun. Life is way, way too short to not enjoy your life. There are a lot of people that I know that have vacation time and they don't use it. And it blows my mind. It's like, hold on. Your job gives you vacation time and you choose to work the whole year. Why? Even if you don't actually staycation. Look, staycation could be the time where you go treat yourself, feed your mind, become active. It's like those things, those tips I just said. You can have a staycation and do all those things, you know, and still refresh, rejuvenate yourself. So, traveling somewhere new it can be a staycation too. It can. You do something out of the ordinary. Have a little fun. Put a smile on the face. Be worry free. Because I don't know about y'all, but work can be stressful, especially if it's not your passion. And as adults have to adult, you know, we do what we need to do to make sure we provide and take care of ourselves, bills, all of that. Make sure you have time for you too.